Okay, this is another video on my series of videos about the Dana Brownfield debacle. I'm jumping ahead a little bit. I have to go back and fill in a lot of stuff because the entire time I was living at Dana's place, she was doing all kinds of spying on me, and surveillance and espionage and interfering with things and just creating problems for me. But it didn't end after she kicked me out, and after I found housing afterwards. Apparently, it was continuing. Now, this show, of course, was interfering with my life, and the more this thing messed up my life, and the more trouble I got into, the more popular the show got, which in turn made even more problems for me, which in turn made the show more popular. So I was really kind of stuck in kind of a vicious cycle because of this media exploitation. Now, one thing I was noticing, it kind of really seemed really peak about the time that I was living in my car and when I first got housing at the Oakland Hotel in Oakland. I would notice, not only, of course, there was always a lot of people coming at me belligerently out of nowhere on the internet, but I noticed even people I known a long time, or people whose acquaintances I just made online. It's everything would be fine for a period of time, then all of a sudden they would either stop talking to me or start to get belligerent, or even real kind of mocking towards me and stuff out of nowhere. And I really had that very distinct impression wow, it's like someone's getting in touch with them and either saying negative things about me or linking them back to this production, this website of theirs, or if they're airing it on television, telling them where it was being aired. And I suspected for a long time. I didn't know how they were doing it. So I was making a lot of various email accounts, internet accounts, and then I would leave those accounts and start new accounts and change my password. And so I was always starting new accounts and changing my password, and I could keep track of all the passwords I was making because I didn't know what was going on. It was really confusing. I was trying to get away from it. And then when I was living at the Oakland Hotel in Oakland, they have various programs where you could look through all your files on your computer to see if you had any kind of spyware attached to your computer, and I found 3 or 4 different programs on my computer. I don't remember all the different names of them. I remember one of them was SE Keylogger, but that's one that someone could send you hidden in an email attachment. So, for that reason I don't really open up attachments from people I don't know anymore. But it could have been somebody I even knew, because a lot of my friends and relatives are of course in on this thing and they weren't telling me about it. And then you wonder why I don't have any respect for my relatives enough, but this thing don't tell me about it, because this thing's totally ruined a lot of things I worked for years on, but apparently they feel it's more important to keep this thing a secret from me than to help me defeat it and get my life back on track. See, another program I found on my computer was called Web Watcher, and that kind of freaked me out more than the SE Keylogger, because that's one where someone has to physically come and put a disk in your computer and upload it to your computer. And so what that meant was that someone was coming into my room. And so I came into my room and uploaded that directly to my computer. Of course, I have a lot of stories I'll tell a future about that. I knew people were coming in my room there at that other hotel. I didn't have any privacy. But for some reason, it kind of really creeped me out that someone came in and put the spy program on my computer. I don't know if they decided to do it independently or whether it was under the direction of Dana and her friends. I don't know. But of course, like all of this, I felt it was a grotesque invasion of my privacy. And see, this thing is not only making problems for me in my personal life. Also you have to keep in mind it made a lot of problems for me. Of course, my art career was sunk. No one wanted to fucking buy anything from me and give me any money. But also I couldn't even hold down a job because of this stuff. People get worked up over this stuff in the workplace, and people would make trouble for me at work, and I'd find myself getting fired for really no good reason. And until I figured out what was going on, I said, why is my luck all of a sudden different now? Why is it I have a hard time, just doing stuff that came easy before, like holding on a job or maintaining somebody's acquaintanceship or friendship or making new friends or something. All of a sudden, everything was very difficult, if not altogether impossible to do. Of course, once I found out about this thing and how they were doing it, it all made sense. Of course, it didn't make it any easier for me to combat it or defeat it. Because it's I'm all by myself. No one seems to express any interest in giving me information or helping me at all. But yeah, I just thought of this particular aspect of it. I wanted to put this on video. I still have yet to go back and talk about all the many things that they were doing to me, like not only at Dana's place, at a place in there in the Diamond District of Oakland, but even also a lot of weird stuff that was going on when I was in Santa Clarita before coming up to Dana's place, and even before that. It's been going on for quite some time. Alright guys, well I just wanted to do this video earlier when I was more peppy, but it's the end of the day now and I'm kind of fatigued, but I thought I would just just get this one out of the way. So see you next video guys. Bye.